My name is Alexandra, and today I'm going to show you how to correctly position your hand when playing the piano. So this could be really useful if you're a beginner on the piano or even intermediate, but you want to correct your hand position a little bit more, because when playing the piano, having a correct hand position is going to be one of the most important things. So one of the most common mistakes I see when people are learning how to play the piano is using this part of their finger. So we're going to take an apple here. You can use an orange, you can use a small ball, anything that'll fit in the palm of your hand. And we're going to put our hand over like this. So what this helps you enable is if you put this over the piano and you take it out, you're using the tips. So you're not going like this, you're not poking, and you're not pressing with this flat part of your finger. So when I say flat fingers, I mean your finger is literally flat. So this part needs to be rounded, first of all. So another way they can help remember how to not use flat fingers and have a more rounded position is think of pressing each key closer to your fingernail. So when you think of pressing closer to your fingernail, you're automatically pressing with the tips of your finger. So pressing with the tips of your fingers is the correct way to position your hand. And also when you're playing something that could be fast, you'll have better technique and you'll actually be able to press each note rather than missing out on any when you have flat fingers. Something else that's really common in playing the piano is using your wrist too low. So this is incorrect, and if you are someone that does this, you're gonna wanna fix it. So one way to fix it is take a pen or a pencil, and with the rounded fingers, so playing with the tips, you wanna put your pen or your pencil under it, and you wanna hold the weight of your wrist in your pen. By doing this, it prevents your wrist from dropping, because if all your weight is hidden in your wrist is going to be dropping, and you're going to have a hand position like this, which is not what we want. So to help fix this, like I said, hold your pen and pencil here, and when you take it off, your wrist should be facing down, so it should be angled down this way. If you bounce it up and down, you'll see your wrist is really floppy. If you can't bounce it up and down, it means you're tensing up your wrist here, which will cause this. So if we go back to practicing, we can just keep our wrist like this, and our fingers still using the tips on the keys. So we just remove the pen and it should be the same. You shouldn't have any sort of change in your wrist. So if we keep practicing this over and over, you want to, of course, with time, get used to the feeling of not having all that weight right in your wrist. So we can practice fixing this mistake by taking our apple or your small ball or your fruit, whatever you're using, place it on the keys. Still, we have our rounded tips here, but we don't want to have it like this. So we don't want to put all of our weight onto the keys and just sag our wrist. So we're going to take our pen or our pencil and we're going to put it under our wrist so that this will be holding our weight for now. So if we move our hand and we just place it, your mold that you created here is exactly how you're going to want to hold your hand. So wrist is more elevated, not down, and you're using the tips of your fingers. So you're not using this, you're using this. All right, so that is how you hold your wrist correctly when playing the piano. I hope you enjoyed and maybe found this beneficial. Just always remember two things: playing with the tips, so think closer to your fingernail, and your wrist elevated so that it's not sagging.